Okay, everybody. I think I've got it. Do you ever have one of those mornings where you're just saying to yourself, what, where, how, when? Because believe me, that's how my morning has been. Honestly, one of those mornings. Hi, Callie. Welcome, hun. Yeah, I've just honestly had one of those mornings where I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to be able to get this going today. My camera wouldn't work. Well, my webcam wouldn't work. I was trying everything. My little Amaya. Welcome, the real Abe nuts. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hi, Joe. Hi, Rainey. I'm so sorry, guys. I was doing everything and I'm saying to myself, I'm going to be on time today, dead on time, and got it all going, and my webcam wouldn't work. So you would have had a blank screen. Well, you wouldn't have been able to see me, which, but then you wouldn't have been able to see Amaya. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Neo. So I haven't even put a title. I've done nothing because I've just been getting the camera working. But yeah, good morning. How is everybody? I hope that you're all doing great. So Abraham. Okay. Abraham, welcome. Hi, Tobias. Oh, from the UK. Pretty late there. Hello, Pamela. Welcome. Lovely to see everybody popping in today. Sarah, I saw you at the Reptile Expo yesterday. Sarah? Now, Sarah, did you come and say hello to me at all? Let me know, because you should have if you didn't. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Thanks for popping in, Dal. I appreciate it. Oh, my world in OKC. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday for me here in Australia, but definitely happy Sunday. No, I didn't. I was shy. Oh, Sarah. Oh, I wished you had have, hun. I would have loved you to have come and said hello. You weren't the only shy one there. Best Fab came over and said hello to me. Hi, Dee Dee. Lovely to see you too. I've only seen you in a few live streams lately, and actually I haven't even seen you there a lot of the time. I was wondering if you were okay and everything was all good with you. But Sarah, everybody was shy to come and say hello to me, and I don't know why at all. S-Vape and VAP, yeah, don't be shy. Thanks, Pamela. I don't bite. Even my snakes don't bite, so that's a good thing, isn't it, Amaya? But yeah, S-Vape come up to me so shy. He was. Honestly, I don't know how old he is, but he's a young boy. He came up and he whispered in my ears. He was so quiet, and I understood he was just shy. But he did come up and say hello to me. And guys, that's what I'm talking about a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad you did too. Thanks, OKC. It's lovely to see some new faces here today. So feel free to ask any questions that you may want to ask me so I can get them out to you while I am live. But I was going to talk about the expo yesterday. How many snakes? I have 8 at the moment. And everybody's got to bet with me that I'll end up with more than 10. And I've got a lot riding on it, which is a snake of my choice, no matter the cost. Mind you, I probably would look at a $50 snake and say, I love that one. So it might be a cheap bet, but I've got to bet on that I won't have 10 by the end of the year. So I can go to 9, but I've got to stay there. Hi, Cami. Thanks for coming in. Definitely would have said hi and give you a great big hug. Oh, thanks, Pamela. Look. Oh, hi, Tech. Hi, Julie. How you doing? Yeah, 8 lovely snakes. Except Tessa. She's lovely, but she's a grumpy girl as well. It is a great bet. I've just got to hang on and not really look too hard or find somebody that needs a snake rehomed. That's my downfall. I'm going to put you down a little bit so you might see a little bit more of Amaya, and that light. You can't see her colours very well because the light really washes her out, but she's colouring up nicely. She's growing nicely. Look at this. Wow. She is getting long, aren't you? Long. Do you know I saw so many of these at the show yesterday, but big ones. Oh, and some little ones. You got a Royal Python. Cool, Tobias. They're great. I'm really trying to find a breeder of what I'm after next. Rainy. We're terrible, aren't we? You got a bad storm coming, Cami. Oh, my goodness. I know what you know what to do. Hi, Danielle. Welcome. I hope it's not going to be too bad for you. Hi, The Simple Life. Thanks for coming. Oh, this is great. Lovely to see some new Super Marios here. Oh, welcome, guys. Thank you so much. This is great. Really lovely. Love her colours. Yeah, and I'm sorry that you can't really see them. They look rather washed out, I know. But my goodness, I saw some beautiful ones at the show yesterday. But yeah, you're used to the storms, I know. Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's not that I'll ever forget any of my children, but they've all got their names on me, and now I've got to get a snake on this side and have all my snakes' names put on there. And my kids are fine with that because I've got my kids first. So I think if I'd done it the other way around, they might have been upset, but I didn't. Thanks, Pamela. Oklahoma gets some storms, crazy weather there. Yep, they absolutely do because I watch Cami a lot, and she speaks about the weather there. If you don't know Cami, hi, purple and purple or blue, which I've got to say, you girls, my favourite colours is purple and blue. Sorry, but they are my favourite colours, and I love the two together. And you guys fit well together too. So just goes to show purple and blue do go together really well, don't they? Yeah, if you haven't seen Cami's channel, she's into everything that you could possibly think of to help you save money. She's very practical, and hence the simple life, because that's what she's all about, keeping it as simple as you possibly can. And I agree. Keep it simple, Cami. The world's too darn hard. And you'll save a few dollars in the process. Lawton. Yeah, you're in Lawton. Simple life. I'm in Oklahoma City, I believe is OKC. I hope so. But guys, went to the Reptile Expo. I'll start with the best part of or should I end with the best part? Tell me, do I start with the crappy bit and end with good. I guess I should end with good because it's always good to end with good, I think. Oh, thanks. This is my summer. So, it's still summer. The airflow, keep my legs bare. Still warm. Hey, rainy here at the moment. Raining, but rainy. Rainy, but raining. There you go. Okay, the show. What? Yeah, and with good, I think so too, Pamela. What a disappointment. Thanks, Joe. I'm glad you like it. Joe's a guy. Well, no, I do know girls that are named Joe, but thanks very much, Joe. Very disappointed. And that's what I've got to say about it. It's not your fault it's raining, is it, Rainy? No, definitely not, Dale. Rainy has, and you've seen videos, if you've watched my videos, of her little girl. And her little girl's name is Aloon, but Aloon's bigger than my little girl. But Aloon is still a little girl. Got a lot of growing to do. But I reckon Aloon would be a couple of hers, really. My little girl's taken a while to grow, but she's getting there, and she's in a new home, in a bigger home, which doesn't mean she'll grow more, because they're not fish and they don't grow to the size of their enclosures at all. But she's got a lot more space and she's loving it, which means, of course, then my Apani also has a bigger home and she is loving it. She's up, she's in the hammock, she sleeps in the hammock, she's all over the place. And I know she's saying to me, this is fabulous. So I'm glad I did it. And I did that on the weekend. And I've got a video of their new home so you can see them. And pretty much Apani has gone into Amaya's, and I've left Amaya's as it was for Apani. I've just put a hammock and some new things in there for Amaya. She's settled in really well. She's had a good feed, seems comfortable and content. The happy trio, welcome. Chaos Theory, welcome. 3 a.m. Wow. You sleep in a hammock too. Well, they're comfortable, aren't they? And my snakes find them extremely comfortable because they spend a lot of their life in them. Actually, Lily's asleep in hers. Jack's asleep on one of his. Jesse's asleep on one of his. I don't know where Apani is. My diamond seer hasn't really gone there yet. And of course, we know Maya sleeps on hers. So, and Tess is asleep on hers right now. So they all use them. So they must be amazingly comfortable, because the snakes like them. And they're not soft. They're made of I don't know what they're made of. But they enjoy being on them. The man who refused to die. Hi, Patch. Welcome. Hi, Chrissy Tina. Welcome to you. Everybody, say hello to everybody. Go check out their channel if you like. Please subscribe and support. We really do need support, not just pressing that subscribe button for people. And that, I think, we're realizing is more important than anything else. So if you like the channel, subscribe, be sure to support. I know it's hard and we all are busy, but do the best you can, which is all I do. I do the best I can. Oh, you're welcome, Patch. No problem. Hi, Blue Ridge Bell. Welcome, sweetie. Thank you. I love seeing some new faces. I can't see your face, but I know your faces because I've seen them. I have watched videos, and some live streams. I try to get to as many as I can, but life can get busy for all of us. And when, you know, we all know with as many subscribers that we end up having, you cannot get round to everybody. And it's never about not wanting to at all. It's about finding the time to do it. So I get there, and I might have a day where I watch 5 to catch up in a row. I'll just sit there on that channel and catch up, and I feel like I'm invading the comments and leaving so many comments, and but I sometimes find that's the best way to do. Give a person that few hours and go through and catch up with them. It's the only way I can do it lately. But the Reptile Expo, honestly, guys, it needs to be better done. I'm just hoping I don't miss anybody, because I don't want to be rude to anybody either. But I was really disappointed, guys. Unfortunately, the setup was, and I've got a video. I haven't edited it. I haven't even looked at it yet. I think what you're going to like is seeing some of the snakes, because some of them were beautiful, as in the setups and how they displayed them. I had to bite my tongue. I had to keep walking some of the time. Prices of things, I'm glad that I know the prices of stuff in shops, because you could be ripped off big time. And I questioned, and I said, but I can buy this in the shop for $30 less than what you've got it on the shelf. Please explain, basically. I'm terrible. And, well, we'll sell it to you for that price. So, no, but I even felt, okay, that's really wonderful. You're selling it to me at that price, but it should be even less than the price at the shop. So I did get some things that were, and I did find cheaper. And basically, when I say cheaper, probably I found things that I haven't been able to find in shops. The one thing I did get, I'll grab, and oh, okay, grabbing. I got a first aid kit, which is specifically for snake bites, I guess you could say. Got a couple of really good bandages in there, and of course a thing, you know. I know the name of it. What is it called? Hi, Jet. Oh, you got it. Wow. Gosh, I'd love to see some photos, Jet. And if you go on my About page, you'll see my email. I'd love you to flick a couple through to me if you could, just so I can have a look at it. I've not seen one from Windora, so that would be great. Hi, Peggy. Hi, darling. Sling. Heidi, you're on it. See, that's it. That's what it was. It's got a sling in it. But the guy actually gave that to me. This was a good one, because he gave it to me for nothing. So that was a bargain. That was the good bargain. I also got some 2.0s UVB for Missy here. And I'm also going to be putting UVB in for my diamond. I already have it for, Maya's already got UVB, and so does Apani. But I like 2.0. I don't think that you need to go any higher than 2.0 for your snakes in their enclosure. So I think that was like $13, which isn't too bad, probably shop price as well. I did get a couple of 100-watt halogen lights in the infrared. They were $12.99, which is not too bad because I'm paying close to $22 in the shops. So I grabbed a couple of those. So they were actually bargains. Okay, if anybody asks a question, haha, I know they are so cute and thin with small heads. Oh, okay. We have a stimmy, 2 little cuties. All little snakes are cuties, I think. And it's funny how people look at a Pani and think that she's a baby, but she's not. She's over a year old now, and she's a yearling, so she's no longer really a hatchling. But lots of people say, oh, she's a little baby. But you know, when I got well, don't drop, just grip. When I got say Leia, for example, you know, she was about this long and even thinner than a pencil. That's a little hatchling. I did get a couple of hides. I'll show you what I got from Maya. I should have got them out, but I didn't want to disturb her prior to getting her out. But I managed to grab a couple of these hides, which are just like a PVC hide, which I thought was perfect for a Maya at the moment. So I got her 2 of those, and I got a smaller one for actually a Pani to go in. And these were like $10. So really not too bad for a hide. And this will last her for quite a while. So I got that, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'll bring the camera so that you might be able to see it. And I don't muck it up too much. But I hung that vine with a plant on it. I actually scored that, and there was only one sitting there. So it's just got suction cups on it, which is brilliant to put in there. So that just gives her an extra climbing thing in her enclosure, which Maya likes to do. So really, that was all I got while I was there. They had a massive, hi Tommy, welcome Dale. There was not a lot there, like I said, that hi Will. Hey stranger. Yeah, well, Will, I'm sorry I missed your stream yesterday. I was at this reptile show, and I'm sorry I wasn't home. But yeah, that was all I did get. There was a beautiful enclosure, and I'm talking almost the size of Jack's, for like $290, one only, $290. And it was all kitted out with stuck on rocks and shelves, plants. It had a glass area in the bottom for me to put a heat mat in and everything. And I was so close to buying it, and I would have used it for Tessa ultimately, but I'm on my own, and well, I had Noah and Taylor, but how do I get it to the car? I just kept thinking, how do I get it to the car? How do I get it home? And that kind of deters me a little bit. And then I'm thinking, where do I fit it? Where would I actually fit it as well? Because my space is getting less in my snake room, and I love having my guys around me. So, but anyway, I will get one because I know that they are made to that size now, which I've always struggled with sizing for my snakes. So you want to Tobias, you want a carpet python. Lots of people are starting to think that way, Tobias. You're not on your own. I know so many people that hadn't even given them a thought as getting. And all of a sudden, so many people are wanting one and actually going and getting them. And I think it's great because, as you know, I love them and I think they're pretty amazing. But I did see some lovely snakes there. Like I said, I wasn't impressed with how they were displayed. There were snakes all putting with each other. I saw one snake very distressed and stressing, and that was hard. I wanted to say, just take it out, but it wasn't my place to say. But I got some videos of them all. But certainly could have gone to a little bit more effort. Some of the things were set up with just an LED torch sitting on the top, which, come on, people, make a little bit of effort. And I know that they're not there and able to sell. They did have some hatchlings there of some beautiful carpet pythons. Of course, they're mixed with jag and so forth, zebra and super zebras and so forth. So I got some video of them that I will show you all. So in the end, I guess it could have been worse, but it's so tiny. I could have, if there'd been nobody there, I could have walked the whole place and seen everything in 10 minutes. Honestly, that is what the show's like up here. And it's a shame, and I really want it to grow. But they have so many rules and regulations that turns people off. They don't want to go to all the effort of taking everything there and setting everything up. And there's all these rules. And FPOS was down. Nobody could buy anything because the FPOS went down and nobody could fix it. It was just, I'm thinking to myself, my goodness. And not that I would ever want to run a show, but even a layman could have done a better job, really, in the end. But it's exposure for a lot of people. I think Reptile 1 was one of the bigger ones there, and Exoterra were one of the biggest ones there in terms of products. And then you just had little places that had a few bits and pieces. But, you know, when I go to a show, I want to see new innovative products that are out there for our reptiles, and there just wasn't. So that's why I think I was a little bit disappointed. The good part of the show was I met Dominica, who's a young girl who watches my videos. She has, from memory, a Bredley and a spotted python, and we had a great chat. So I did a video with her, and she's happy for me to show that. I also bumped into Metal Hammer Jimmy was there, Neo, and we spent quite some time together, actually walking around and having a look at things and just chatting in general. What a wonderful guy. Like a real pleasure. So was Dominica. She was amazing. It was great to see them there and actually get to meet them. And I felt like I made 2 new friends while I was there. And what else? Then I met, of course, as I said, SVAP, very quiet young man. I didn't do a video with him. I did one with Jimmy, but I didn't do one with him because I knew he was very shy. And I'm sure he probably would have, but I didn't want to put him on the spot and make him feel that he should at all. And I felt that if I'd requested and said, is it okay if I did a video, he, out of just pure politeness, would have said to me, yeah, okay. But I don't think he would have been very comfortable with me doing it. And also, hi JD, welcome. Hi Yvette, welcome sister, lovely to see you. And then I bumped into, and I don't know if anybody watches his channel at all, but if you do know Dave or Dave Kaufman, then he was at the show. So I went over and I introduced myself and I said hello. And even though he didn't know me, as in my name being gay, I said to him, gotta love carpet pythons because I leave comments on it. And then he went click. Yes, that's right. Yes, I do know. So very just briefly said hello to him. He had a little stall there selling his DVDs. So that was one person that I sort of knew from YouTube. And it was amazing to think that so many people didn't and wouldn't know him because they're not on don't watch YouTube. So many people don't watch YouTube here in Australia. And I must say, neither did I, up until I really thought about doing videos and started looking online about reptile channels and what was out there. And then I started watching it. So, yeah, so I guess I was like that myself not so long ago. Hi, David. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. Like I said, if you haven't checked out these people's channels, go have a look and see what you think. David, of course, fish. That's his passion in his life is his fish. So if you like fish, go and check out Dave's channel. So that was my day at the expo. It wasn't really exciting. It was a long day, of course. I was glad to get home. I was pretty exhausted. And I wanted to get home because it's terrible being there and seeing all these snakes and you can't touch them. I just wanted to get home and have some time with my snakes that missed me all day because I wasn't here, and it's not very often that I will take off at, like 8:30 in the morning and not get home till 5 o'clock at night. So, but they were all fine. They'd all had fresh water and nobody needed, well, Tessa and Sia needed a feed last night, so they got fed and they ate perfectly fine. So, yeah, that was the show today. Anybody tell me what is click on the Hangouts? Oh, no, that's me. I don't know why that's showing up. But anyway, yeah, I couldn't get this going today, guys. It just didn't want to pick up on my webcam, and I think I tried 3 times. And then I thought I'll try again, and if it doesn't work, that's it. I'm giving up today. But it finally clicked into my camera. I did change the sound. So does it sound any different to anybody at all? Is it hot there? Here in Australia, if you're talking to me, David, yes, it's still very hot. like in this room, it's like 28.4 Celsius, that is. And I've got the air conditioning going in the other room. So without that, we'd be sitting in about 30 in my snake room. But I've also got heating in all my enclosures, which warms this room up even more. So did anybody do anything exciting themselves on the weekend? At all? Apart from what I did, which was nice to get out for the day. Hi, Hailstorm. How you doing? You're clear and no lag. Oh, well, that's good. Has there been lag before, Leo? What's your temperatures at the moment, Heidi? Must be used to that. Well, summer is coming soon. Your summer's coming soon. My snakes don't get a really bad winter here in Queensland, which is good. As we know, they like warmer weather, but winter gets them to just slow down a little bit and take a break. But my guys don't. They're fairly active all year round. Hey, Missy, especially you. Very sweet she is. I don't know if you can see. When she's going into shed, her eyes go a really pale pink. And at the moment, that's all she seems to do is eat, grow, shed, eat, grow, shed. And I've also noticed with Amaya, being the albino, apart from me feeling she has eyesight issues, she doesn't like bright light either. She prefers it really quite dark. So I've been turning off her UVB light for her during the day because she doesn't like it. So as you can see, she's a little doll. This one, hi September Girl 70. Thanks for coming over. So yeah, anybody, I know it's only, well, it's Sunday, so cruisy Sunday for everybody. I sort of feel that's my day to relax and chill out. Saturday seems to be my busier day. That's when I tend to get a lot of shopping done and housework done so that I can chill on a Sunday. And of course, then Monday we're back to the grind of the usual doing. Thanks, Yvette. I'll try and let you see some good shots of her and hopefully see that I do not believe that my girl is going to be really bright with her yellows. She tends to, she's got the really light yellow line running all the way down her back, and then her bands meet there in the orange and the yellow. So I saw some stunners at the show though, I must say. I like yellow. Oh, you worked on her enclosure and then you needed and plenty of bed rest. You haven't been actually very well, have you, Neo? And neither's Heidi. How are you feeling too, doll, at the moment? I hope you're feeling better. And edited videos. I've got to get some of that done too myself, Neo. Actually, one day you'll be able to give me some tips on what I could actually do in terms of editing. I'm pretty slack on that, and I could do a little bit more editing in my videos, but I kind of just whiz through it and go, oh, that'll do. I should make a bit more effort. Only be there. Yeah, the sick couple kind of goes like that, doesn't it? I think sometimes we go out in sympathy for somebody else too. I've often done that myself, where somebody's not been well, and I don't know whether because I'm stressed or concerned, but I end up unwell with them. Or they tell me that their back is really hurting them, and within 24 hours I wake up, my back's killing me. So I don't know how that works, but that happens to me an awful lot, where I become quite unwell. So you both need to take care of each other when it's hard, when you're both really not well. Are you still able to get to work, Heidi, or you actually do take time off? Heidi suffers with fibromyalgia, which, as we know, is really, really painful when it flares up. So yeah, it's not very good at all. And that's, the whole body can be greatly affected by that. Not just one part of your body. Everybody feels differently, has different levels of it, but some a lot worse than others. So not good. The cold weather, absolutely, for sure. What kind of snake my daughter carried? It's very big. I can't answer. Yeah, well, she was holding, I believe it was a retic, Yvette, and they're huge, but very calm, easygoing. Our retic, well, your retic, I can't have a retic. I don't think I would have a retic, just on the basis that it would end up way too big for me on my own. But I would certainly entertain having a dwarf retic, especially the super dwarf. They're great to have. 9 in Oregon. Hi, Gazette, how you doing? I know you've got a new video that I've got to get to and check out, and I will. I did see the notification a couple of days ago. Yeah, moving to the warmer weather, Neo. That's what you'll be coming to. And there'll probably be days where you'll be going, it would be so lovely to get some cool weather, but it's few and far between here, actually. And those hot days, you really wish it was a little cooler. Where are you going? Where are you going, girl? So, guys, I'm not going to stay on here long today. It's really big. Most people hold it. Yeah, it would be so used to that. Hi, the Simple Joys. Welcome. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, it would be probably that go-to snake when people are there to bring out, because they know that it's very gentle and easygoing. And that's what you get people to hold. We certainly don't want something that big thinking that it could. You see, people ask, is there always a possibility that a snake can bite you? And I say there is always that 1% chance. But I also can say to you honestly, unless, say for example, with Lily and Jack and even Amaya, a punny, not so much Tessa, I won't bring her into this, Maya, you would have to really provoke my snakes, those snakes, to bite you. And I mean you would have to provoke them. Otherwise, I am 100% sure that they wouldn't bite you. So when people ask me, is there a possibility they will, that's sometimes hard for me to answer, because I don't think that they do. Unless really some are more easily provoked. But this girl, no, I have full confidence I could hand her to anybody and say, here you go. And no, even with slight provocation, she still wouldn't bite. So that's the sort of snakes that we have as ambassadors to get people to hold. And I will say that the bigger the snake, the more easygoing the snake as well. They can hold their own. They know they're big, and they don't need to bite because they feel strong and confident in the size that they are. So it's only really the little ones that might nip you. Even Tessa, who I would consider to be bigger, might nip you. And I've got a video of her too coming, guys, of me getting her out. So you'll see how I get Tessa out. And all I can say to you is don't be afraid to use a hook. If you feel you need to use one, use one. It doesn't make you weak or useless or afraid. It makes you smart with snakes like Tessa. That's all. Hi, Mr. Kaplan. How you doing? Drew the Entertainer. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Boxing Boa. I've got onto Boxing Boas. If you haven't watched Boxing Boa's channel, go check him out, guys. Great advice. Knows what he's talking about. Very, very clever. Very smart when it comes to his snakes. Knowing his snakes and knowing about them. Highly recommend. If you want to know anything, he's going to help you out. He's got carpet pythons, boas. So it's not just US, what we can't get here. He's got it. And got any questions, go and ask him. He'll help you as much as he can, and that's a lot. He'll help you a lot. So go check him out. I love his channel. I got on the other day, just coming at the end of his live stream. I miss a lot of his live streams, and I love it. I love not missing it, I mean. I love catching him live. So I'm always looking for it to pop up, but I hope I'll get there soon, Jay, and catch you next time. You have to use a hook with my bumblebee. She wants to eat everything, including me. Ha! That sounds like Dominica's spotted python is the same. She has so much trouble within her enclosure, but once she's out, she's a puppy dog. And do we call that cage defensive? Yeah, some are more than others. And her girl is. So, and her girl is like 8, 9 years old. So she's not even a young snake. She's been around with her for a long time, and she still has an issue when she goes in to get her out. So, and she has never, ever fed her inside of her enclosure. So she doesn't even associate getting a feed in her home, but she's still defensive of it. So I do know they switched her up to a smaller enclosure. She was in a much bigger one. And I said to them, well, maybe she's just feeling now she's more boxed in and got nowhere to go as well. A bit like Tessa, where she sleeps on the hammock. She's up against a wall. She can't go that way. She can only go that way. And, you know, I'm there that way. So I understand why she feels she wants to have a go at me. So what I do is I use a hook to get her moving and get her moving in that direction, and she can see she's got a lot of area to go. Then I'm able to pick her up and get her out. So you just sort of learn as you go along. I'm still learning, guys, on what to do, and I've not had to use a hook to get my snakes out except Tessa, and I'm happy to use one. It saves getting bitten, and we know that it's stressful to a snake to bite, unnecessary, really, but it's stressful to us. I don't like getting bitten. I don't know how anybody does, and does it to show you, oh, look, it's not that bad, it's okay, but I don't even want to do that. Like, if I can avoid it, not my thing. About the wild ones feeling cornered and threatened, absolutely. They will be bothered and become defensive if they feel cornered. But if they feel they've got an escape, that's what they're going to do, is they're going to take flight rather than fight. So when you are around a wild one, I am pretty much able to gauge the behavior and the body language from the snake. And I don't just go in and pick up, I kind of watch it. It's watching me for a while too. Then I can kind of get an idea. This guy isn't acting defensive and doesn't seem interested in being, or isn't showing me any fear. And I generally can find I can pick them up, and they're perfectly fine. I mean, I wouldn't pick them up and be going like this, how are you and how are you doing? But I generally can pick them up, and then they just get curious about me, not afraid of me. So you're doing a great job going in and relocating them. That's a good thing. We know a lot of people don't like them and don't want them around because they're afraid. Welcome, H2749. Oh, yeah, use a paper towel. That's a great way to do it. It's a gentle form of touch, and it's not heat. It doesn't have a scent as such that they could even slightly associate to food, and it's a good way to let your snake know that you're there and that you are probably going to pick them up. Use a paper towel, and you can use them just to redirect them. They tend to focus on that. You can push their little head away, and then you can, with this hand and then with the other hand, you can go in and pick them up. And generally, once you've got them like this, they're fine. It's just that initial. So I find that with Tessa, the moment that I've got up underneath her and I hold her, she could care less. So it's just getting her out. That's the problem for me. You can bring her over for a cuddle. Ah, you got fuzzies. Okay. And actually, she's just stepped up to Hoppers, this little one. And even though it's like, looks like she's having trouble getting them down, she's got a nice little girth on her now. So she can get those fuzzies, those Hoppers down. But I have got fuzzies there. So I tend to give her a couple of fuzzies and I'll get rid of those, but she's got Hoppers. So she'll manage them quite good. Nose tap. Yeah, it's all it takes sometimes, a little tap on the nose, and then they get the idea of what you're doing, and then they're fine. It's about pre-warning them. You know, Maya was all curled up there on a hammock, and I just gave her a pat on her back. She knew then I was touching her and, well, what's going on? And then I just picked her up and brought her out. She's easy. She's pretty easy going, but I still let her know. I mean, I could go in there and just go scoop and pick her up and know there'd be no problem, but it's not exactly respecting her, is it? You know, she was probably aware the moment I opened the door, so it wouldn't have been she was sound asleep. Not like Lily, who I can open the door and she'd sleep through it. But I like to let them know I'm touching them and I'm there. So, do they fast it? No, my guys don't at all. The only time that any of my snakes go off feed is Lily, and I'll put that down to breeding season. She's not interested in eating, and she'll go off feed, and that's not winter time. That's spring and summer, basically here. And she won't eat for up to 10 to 12 weeks over that time. So breeding season, it's a shocker. So be aware they can go off feed, your males. And if you have a male and a female, then you're in for some restless snakes as well. because they want to get to each other, and they will stress, and they will constantly be restless and going back and forward. You'll see it. Hi, J. Kurt, welcome. Fabio, thanks for popping in. That's lovely to see you. So be aware that in breeding season, your males and females that are of maturity to breed will become very restless and very stressed knowing that there's a female, and the female knowing there's a male. And what I do, even though I don't allow Lily and Jack to breed, I let them spend time with each other. I keep a good eye on the back end of Jack. I know where it is, but I let them be together. And it seems to lessen that restlessness from each of them. But just be aware that they will stress and be very, very agitated and restless. So, yeah, let them spend time together. That's all I do. I haven't got the time for babies. I would like to, but I don't have the time, and I don't have the space right now. I'm certainly looking at breeding Tessa. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Can you tell the gender of carpets without venting, just by appearance? I don't think so, but one did. Yes, you can. It's not foolproof, but the way that I can generally get a good idea is with she won't let go with her tail. With males, and she is not a male, and she's a bit little at this point you would have to vent her to find out because she's so little. But you'll find with females more often than not, like I said, it's not 100% foolproof, but you get an idea. When you come down and you're coming closer to the cloaca area, more often than not, a female will have a bulge just above, and then her tail will come in and taper down. With a male, you will find it's just straight, streamlined, complete, no bulge, bumps, nothing. I know that with my carpets. I don't know about other species, of course, because they're all different, but generally that's a good gauge. Like I said, it's not foolproof, and you're very hard to tell when they're this age as well. But as they get older, you will notice it, and I can certainly notice it on Lily and looking at Jack, and it would be like me hanging the two tails together so I could show you the difference, and then you would see it and you go, oh yeah, I can see a difference. But that's sometimes how I can do it. I will say, oh, it's a female, and they go, well, how can you tell? And I just say, by the tail end. And a lot of the time I've been right, a couple of times I've been wrong, but in a percentage wise I've generally been right. So call it lucky guess, maybe, I don't know. Juice by randomness. Hello. England is cold as feck. I bet it is, for sure. Talk about, as I think I've mentioned, Juice by randomness. Go and take a look at his channel. You'll have a laugh. A good old laugh. That's what I do, for sure, when I go watch his channel. Tessa. Ever thought of getting a Ruffy gate? Oh, Ruffy. That's on my list. That's my next snake, and I'm currently hunting and looking for a rough scale. Yes, I do want one, which takes me to 9 snakes, so I'm still not losing my bet. But yeah, I'm chasing one, and one of my dream snakes is a rough scale. Somebody asked me about scrubbies, actually, and what I thought about them. and I like them too. Absolutely. Even though people keep telling me they've got a bit of an attitude, I still go back to it's about you and how you take care of them, and don't get an older one. Get a baby, a hatchling, and work with it from the word go. Don't go chasing a scrubby, an older one. They are very much a one-person snake, and they will bond with you. And I know some that have done quite well as older snakes, coming into new homes, but I think getting a hatchie is the best way to go with scrubbies. We 10 inches of snow this weekend, but it's all, oh, thank goodness. I don't even I can't even imagine life opening a door and there'd be snow every day. I just can't even imagine living in snow. It's just so foreign to here in Australia. Certainly we have snow here in places and people do live with it, but they're few and far between. There's only really so many places that do get snow, and you've got to go up into the mountains to get to it more often than not. So it's just so foreign. I see people shoveling their snow and salting their steps, and oh my goodness, no, I can't. Oh, cold. You love the cold and the snow. I think I probably love it for a while myself, but I don't think I'd like to live in it every day of my life, though, at all. You dread summer. Okay, subback Neo. Price is going down even more soon, though, as there are at least 5 to 10 people on the verge of producing. Yes. Well, that's what I'm sort of trying to find. Are you talking about rough scales there? At all H 2,749. Are you talking about the rough scales at all? Because I'm actually having a bit of problems trying to find them. I have pythons, beardies, and other cool reptiles on the property. Yeah, you just get to see them out roaming around your place, which I'd love. I get pythons in my backyard. Well, I get them in my bamboo, but they're hard to find. I know that they come in there and shed, and then obviously go wherever they want to go. But I find their sheds. I have to get it out next time and keep it so I can show you. About 1,000 US. Holy dooly. We would be paying here max $250 for a rough scale. That would be max for them. And I guess over there, if the supply isn't meeting the demand, then you're going to pay that amount of money for them over there. Wow. I've actually got another bet on, I think I mentioned, I don't know, that I'll be given $200 worth of free feeders if I don't, for the first time in my life, pay quite a substantial amount for a snake. And I've seen them, and I'll get some pictures to show you, and you can tell me what you think yourself. Stunning. Spotted, stunning. You let me know. But I sort of think about it, $200 worth of feeders wouldn't go far in my house, I tell you. They're hard to find in the US, Jay. Wow. Well, I tell you what, I'm having trouble finding them here in Australia right now. I guess there's been lots laid. The eggs are sitting around. None have hatched as yet, but it's got to be getting pretty close. So the snake, the guy I get has got rough scales and he bred, but she didn't get pregnant. So he says to me, well, next year, Gay, but I don't know if I can hang on till next year. So that's why I've been sort of looking for other breeders of them. I just haven't found any, and I did ask at the expo, and no, they didn't breed roughies. There were Morelias, there were plenty of Morelias, blackheads, womas, Stimsons, spotteds there, but that was pretty much it. So it was a bit, like I said, disappointing that there weren't more there, but they need to up their game. If they want to get good breeders there and more variety there, they're going to have to do something bad, drastically bad, for that to happen. Drastically good, drastically bad. See, I've got bad on the brain from it being bad yesterday. Yeah, anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? There are probably less than 12 to 15 people are producing them right now. Wow. You know, you might have more breeding than there than we do here, actually, thinking about it. Because like I said, I'm hard pressed to find anybody breeding them. And I do not know why. They're beautiful. They're just beautiful snakes. And I think it's just a bit like the scrubbies as well. People put the two together and think they've both got not good dispositions, but they do. Gosh. But yeah, getting either one of those. I know Peter Birch has bred his scrubby and got babies. So, but he doesn't have rough scales from my knowledge at all. No snakes in New Zealand. No, no snakes at all. Bit like Hawaii. No snakes at all. Yeah, they got big teeth, the rough scales. So yeah, you don't, a bit like scrubbies, they've got really big teeth too. You don't want to get bitten by them. But, oh, sorry, Bub. But you don't want to get bitten by any snake. They all got big teeth and they all bite. Don't majorly hurt. I've heard that roughies do hurt a little bit more than the average, but boy, oh boy, does Tessa hurt. Well, I guess the feeding response bite hurt. The quick tag wasn't that bad at all. Can you do a British accent? I'm going to be doing an accent video soon and tackling your Australian accent, a British accent, or I love love a cup of cha. So could I have a tova cup of cha and a chup body would be good. I don't know. It's not that easy. You really got to think about it. I know it's like yeah and stuff like that, but that's the I say a little little. I'll have a little bit. I always say that. I always say cup of cha. You sound Russian. Oh, because I was trying too hard to put the accent on. If I allowed it to flow, yeah. But I'd love a cup of cha. I guess that's just saying a bit more. I love a cup of cha, actually. When I hang around my pommy friends, and I haven't seen her for a long time because she's moved a long way away. I sit with her for half a day. I come home speaking Pommy. Honestly, I do. It takes me a whole day to shake it off. It's so easy to get into that flow. I don't know what it is, but pretty easy to pick up when you're sitting across from somebody. And that's where I got the little bit from. Chip bodies, fish and chips. New Zealanders sound a bit like that too. I'm on a fence between a roughy or a water python for my next snake. If you've watched, I don't know if you know Mike. Oh gosh, somebody help me out. Snake Man Mike. He just got a water python. Go and have a look and see what you think. If I had a choice between the two, it'll be a roughy, not a water. Got nothing against them. So a beautiful one at the expo yesterday, a big one, mind you. But in terms of choice, I'd go with the rough scale personally. That's just my choice. But go have a look at Snake Man Mike's video. He just got one. So he's finding out they're a bit of a handful, actually. Huntsman spiders. What's Pommy? Okay, here in Australia, we call English people, and believe me from my heart, I say it with much love because I have friends that are from England or over there, and they're my Pommy friends. So I just say Pommy, and Australians call them Pommy, and some use it very nastily. Oh, bloody Poms, you know. I don't. That's not my intent when I call my friends my Pommy friends, because they're my friends and they are Pommy. So it's just slang for you English, yes, English speaking people, basically. Yeah, go check him out and have a look. Quite a big guy. What did he call him? Calypso. Gee, my memory's good today. Calypso. But look at the unboxing and remembering that this snake would have been stressed and all the rest of it. But have a look at the unboxing, and then he's done a second one with him where you'll see how he is initially, but then calms down. So give you an idea of them. Hi, Bob. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Heard of Kiwis as love the singer Kimbra. Yeah. Calypso's beautiful. Yep. It is going to be a nice snake. But can't be good old carpet pythons. Can you, Maya? Not at all. I just watched Brian Cusco did a video on an experiment to see if you put a snake to your face, would it bite you? Like on the nose, and he did it with he started with the lesser of the what we would know to ever do that, and he started with his ball pythons, and of course no take on that. He then went to carpet python, a caramel, I think. Not interested. He did his scrubbies, and I think he did a male and his female, and his male is a lot more howdy-doody, as I would say. Not interested. Did it with his retic. He's a bigger retic, not interested. Did it with his smaller, the dwarf retic, who are a little bit more howdy-doody. Not interested. And, of course, ended it with a little corn snake. None of them were interested in biting him in the face or on the nose. And it was just an experiment to prove that snakes never have the intent or a reason to want to bite you, even sticking it in your face virtually. Couldn't be bothered. And if anything, the snake just avoided his face. And I have no problem in bringing my snakes up to my face. And they have no problem in wanting to climb my face more than anything. It was a great experiment to prove they're not intimidated, even in our face. Could care less. So that was a really good video. Brian Cusco, if you got some big snakes, little snakes, gorgeous snakes, sweet snakes, just like Jay, beautiful snakes, treats them as a pet. It's not, he breeds, me and Jay every now and again, lock heads a little bit. I have much respect for him. Great breeder, very caring. Main thing is he takes good care of his snakes. Their health comes first. So that's what I love about Jay, boxing boa. Brian Cusco, Snake Man Mike. Mike rambles on, and he'll be the first to admit he rambles on, a bit like me, so I get it. It's easy to ramble on, but he loves his snakes too. So nothing but respect. We need that, don't we, Jay? We need more respect within the community for one another and what we believe and what we don't believe. Like Jay said, if you're taking care of your snake and it's not hurting your snake, no matter what way you're taking care of it, my way, their way, his way, those way, so long as whatever we're doing is not harming our snakes and hurting them in any way, respect. And the only time that you should jump up and down is when you can see something that is being done that will hurt. And that doesn't matter whether it's a snake. This is dogs, cat, any animal. We would be within our right to speak up and have a go. And that's the only time you should have a go. Otherwise, support each other. Just support each other. It's what it's all about. We're all on here and doing what we're doing for our love and our passion of these guys. More than anything. So, you know, I want everybody's channels to grow and be successful, because the more they are, the more people see us. And they get to see what we've got and what we think and what we feel. And it doesn't mean you've got to do it my way, their way. I'd love people to be able to do this more and more and more with their snakes. That's all. But I understand for some it's not applicable. You just, so long as you're doing the best you can and taking good care of them, and they're fed and they've got fresh water and they've got warmth and all of the rest of it, and a little bit of love, at least a little bit of love is necessary in their lives, then you're going to have a happy, healthy snake. Absolutely. So olives are so gorgeous. Olives are big and gorgeous, and grumble bums too. They can have a bit of an attitude as well. I do believe that there are some that are less that inclined, and I do believe there's some that are more inclined. That doesn't mean that everyone is like that, but I say it's what you do and how much time you spend with them yourself, as to how that snake will end up. Don't give up on them. If you love olives, I would never say to somebody, don't get one. I would just say, be prepared to take on a snake that needs a little bit more work, and It's going to be a little bit bigger. If you're happy to do that, have an olive python. Same as blackheads. They get huge. But we don't want them too huge either, which Boxing Boa did a video about. Big snake doesn't make a great snake. Average size snake makes a really good snake. Well, average size for what they should be. Not getting a snake and making them a big snake when they're not really meant to be a big snake in the first place. That's not a good thing. Have to move it without the push. Okay. Cool. I'm glad everybody's catching up with everybody on the chat. And I am going because I don't know how long. Oh, I've been on here way longer than, well, I was half an hour late, wasn't I? Well, almost half an hour late. So, guys, from Amaya and myself today, as you can see, she's looking and checking it. Well, what she's checking out is this hide. She can see it down there. I will. No, she's not going to go in. She's going to hang on to me. I'm going to say bye to you all and let you get on with your day and do what it is that you need to do for your Monday or Sunday. Sunday is chill out day, of course, for lots, but it's get on with our day and do what we need to do. So I love you all. Thank you, everybody who came along today and said hello to me. I do appreciate everybody taking their time to do that. And I will take care. I'll take care of all my guys until then. And Simple Joys, we're going to have to catch up and have some time together. I'd love you to be able to meet my snakes and have some time with them and talk about them a little bit. You know, you do an amazing job rescuing them and finding them a great place to settle down. So I'd like to get to know you a little bit more and have a chat more about what you've caught and what you've relocated. And I've watched some of the videos of that. And yeah. So Joe, take care. Heidi, Neo, September Girl, Boxing Boa, Simple Joys, everybody here today. Take care. Love yous all. And I'll see you live next Monday, as I do. Ciao.